Wowee! My name is ESO, but what happens if Skyrim had no textures at all? What would it look like? Those 4K NPC faces, now nothing but a soulless husk of their former selves. Or this HD fire effect, now it's just a bubble of intense lights with a less intense bubble of lights around that. The details on this rock texture just here. Yeah. It's just grey. Everything's just grey now. So why on earth would you do this to your game exactly? Bear with me, I have a few reasons why. But first, my friends, a word from today's sponsors. Enter into the eternal darkness of Raid Shadow Legends. If somehow you've not heard about it yet, Raid Shadow Legends is a brand new collection RPG game that is taking mobile gaming by storm, with almost 10 million players worldwide already playing the game in only 3 months. And I'm not surprised when it looks this good and is completely free to download. But what does Raid have to offer? Look at the detail on these champions and you can collect over 400 of them, from undead, orcs to noble knights and elves, and then take them on a spectacular voice story campaign across 13 different unique locations. Or if you prefer PvP, it also has an arena. There really is something for everybody here. It's just fun to play. And with over 200,000 reviews and a near perfect rating, it seems like everybody else thinks so too. They've also just added a new awesome reward program for new players where you can get a daily login reward for the first 90 days you play the game. You can even find and battle me in-game or join my clan ESO Legends and battle with me, if you're quick. So what are you waiting for? Go to the video description, click on the special link below, and you will get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to help kickstart your journey. Good luck and I'll see you there. So before we actually break down the purpose of this mod and what it sets out to achieve, let's take a look at what it does. It's called the Artistic Skyrim Overhaul, Pixar, and it reduces almost all of the texture resolutions to nothingness, as you can see. Now let's carry on with our comparison, because I think I spent so much time on Skyrim trying to make it look as realistic as possible with 4K textures. And you know all those extremely detailed, intricately made items that you collect on your trip with those high quality textures and different labels to explain what they are just by their shape and form? Well, yep, they're just blocks of colour now. Luckily, they still have their in-game descriptions so you can identify them as poisonous or honeyed mead. These 4K leaf textures. And I mean, just look at these grass textures. These trees, the foliage, this depth of field, it all looks amazing. But now, plants look like this. Grass still retains the feeling of grass, but it's reduced to square clumps of spiky pixels. Extremely realistic looking water. But now, well, water just looks like a murky grey filter. You can only really tell that there is water there when it's actually raining. Even then though, it gives quite a nice effect that reminds me of some of the pixel games I used to play back in the day. But the thing is, if you put all of these things together, what you get is the most charming Skyrim graphical overhaul I've ever played. Because despite everything having literally no detail at all, the game begins to have this cartoony childlike appearance, which is really rather beautiful. It gives me this warm fuzzy feeling inside, and it's somehow very enjoyable to play. Ultimately, the mod reminds me of why I love Skyrim in the first place. The intricate quests, miles of unexplored wilderness and dungeons, and epic battles to partake in. The creator of the Pixar graphical overhaul actually created their very own unique art style through reducing the resolution of textures and recreating a few more detailed versions when required. Like for example the street signs, which have been simplified to fit with the new aesthetic. It all comes together so well and matches so seamlessly that you could quite literally present your friend who has never even played or heard of Skyrim before this game in this format, and they would very happily play it and probably enjoy it without ever questioning that this art style was not always intended from the beginning. It reminds me why we still love video games like Borderlands or The Witness or Minecraft, which break the ultra realistic graphics mold and create their own art direction in themselves. In fact, I've recently been playing through Oblivion again on my channel, and it reminds me of the old days of playing unique games like Zelda as a kid. That said, however, I found myself really immersed by this new reimagining of Skyrim, and I think this mod somehow gave the game a new breath of life for me. I found myself revisiting the different microclimates of Skyrim to see how they looked with the new art direction, or even trying on various armors that somehow maintained the core design aesthetic of the textured armors, but in a more child-friendly way, if that makes sense. It just seems so cuddly. Even the map looks completely different artistically. All the textures are gone, there's no more details. Obviously you can still have the map markers, but everything becomes so much more clearer, and you can see the different areas of the map like Riften, Hrothgar, and it all just works. It's almost like it was meant to be like this. The NPCs, however, are very soulless, and at times faceless until they open their mouths. This was actually pretty unsettling at times, but it fits really well with the Skyrim slap bash combat style, and I actually did play through the first section of the entire game last year using this mod, and I really enjoyed it. You can check out that video linked down below if you want to see some more gameplay. But if you want to give this mod a try, you can grab it on Xbox One and PC. And if you want to go an extra mile to supporting my channel, please go ahead and download Raid Shadow Legends from the link below. That would massively help me out. You can also subscribe and press that bell icon if you want to keep up to date with the latest Skyrim content here on the channel. But if you're really enjoying this old school graphical effect, check out some of my recent Oblivion videos as well. But thank you very much for watching me, ESO, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.
Is someone there? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey, be careful! What are you doing? Huh? I'm on your side! Watch it! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Not the best you can do. Let's see what you've got. Think you're bleeding.